99% of businesses never actually scale past $10,000 a month. I know exactly why after scaling my agency from zero to consistently hitting $50,000 and even $100,000 months in just over a year. If you're running an agency, you might not like what I actually say in this video because I'm going to tell you the raw truth of why you're not growing your business. If that's too much for you to handle, click off this video now. And it's because of these three exact reasons that differentiate businesses that grow versus ones that just get stuck at a few clients. I've been in your position. I've struggled to grow that agency, but after hitting these $100,000 months, I know exactly what's stopping you. So in this video, I'm going to break down the raw fundamental truth why your business isn't growing. So as you're running your agency or your business, there's a thing called leverage, and this will actually determine how much you grow and how quickly you grow. The reason why your agency isn't growing is because you're simply focusing on the wrong things. As you can see on my screen here, most businesses and most agencies actually focus on the 99% of things that don't matter, right? And it never actually moves the needle for them. It never gets the momentum to tip that seesaw in their favor. Whereas there's 1% of agencies in the market that focus on the things that truly, truly matter, right? And this is true. You can spend loads of time on things that you think are important, but in the grand scheme of things, they're not doing you any favors. They're not pushing the seesaw in your favor in this example, right? Whereas there's three core principles: consistency, your market, and your offer, which I'll break down in detail today, and I'll show you how you can use them to your advantage, right? But one of the things you need to get over is your lack of understanding of where your time goes. So if you're running an agency and you think that the most important thing of your business is where you buy your domains from, or what DNS settings to use in your cold emails, or what exact pricing structure to have in your sales pitch, what copywriting to use, what integrations in Zapier you need, these are all effectively pointless. These are the optimizations. These are like the top 3 to 5% optimizations that you need to make when running your agency, not the big needle movers that will get you there in the first place. It's exactly the same if you're looking to become a professional athlete. You don't start with all the ice bar and all the crazy massage sessions with the top trainers in the world and having your electrolytes at the right time during the day. Those are the percentage point movers, not actually move the needle. If you're looking to become an athlete, what you need to do is eat the right sort of foods, work out pretty much every day, and stay consistent. And it's exactly the same in business, but people don't seem to understand that. It doesn't really matter where you get your domains from. It doesn't really matter what your pricing options are as long as you're profitable in your market. It doesn't really matter what copywriting you're using, right, or what integrations you're using on the back end. The thing that truly matters to allow you to scale in the first place, right, without worrying about that extra 5% optimization, is obviously your consistency in the market itself, and the offer you're pushing. These are absolutely crucial for your success. So let's break them down one by one, because there's going to be some things you might not expect in these three core principles. So the first one is the market, right? So your market needs to be good for you to make money and have a profitable business. So there's an example of this famous newspaper company, right? It's quite a few years ago now, as obviously no one reads newspapers. But this company was growing in market share year on year. They were actually swallowing up market share, outperforming all of their competitors. But their market was declining, which was the newspaper market. Everything was going digital and going online. So this company that was outperforming everyone in their competition actually ended up going out of business and going bankrupt, right? So it shows that you can have the best products in the world, you can have the best optimizations, you can have everything. But if your market isn't giving you opportunity, you're going to fail. Not by any fault of your own. You cannot fight the forces of the market. So the first thing to get right is a market. And the best thing you can do to choose your market is to find a blue ocean market, right? Especially one that's well funded. Now, what would a blue ocean market do for you? Okay, so this is some simple economics here that will explain to you why a blue ocean market is way better. And I'm actually going to give you some blue ocean markets that you can go into as well, right? So as you can see, simply you've got supply and demand for any type of business, right? Say you're just in a standard business, the average market, and this is what it might look like, right? You might have this much quantity. I'll put that Q, and this would be the price of the market. So say you're selling marketing services. This is the price that you'd sell it at. We'll call this P1. And Q1. So there's Q1 determines how much quantity, how many competitors are in the market, and P1 is the price that you charge. Now, most agency owners go into red ocean markets, the opposite of blue ocean, right? And there's tons of competitors. Everyone's competing on price, not value, and it's really, really difficult. An example of this could be selling to agency owners themselves, right? Everyone's a coach, teaching a coach how to be a coach, or coaching a coach how to be a coach. It's getting crazy. But nonetheless, there's tons of supply, right? So supply has increased. Now, when supply increases, what happens is there's more quantity on the market, right? But the price is forced down because there's too much supply. There's too much supply and not enough demand for it. So the price is forced down if you're in a bad market, okay? Whereas the opposite is true if you're in a blue ocean market. This means there's less supply. So you need to find markets where there's less competition, because what will mean is there's less quantity available on the market, Q3, aka less competitors, and this will drive your price up, right? So everything else will be the same, but you will charge higher prices. Everyone right now is going to here, okay, where there's tons and tons of competitors and their price is being forced to drop. So they're not going to last for long. That's just the truth. You'll be charging $1,000 or $1,500 a month retainers, and you won't be able to make a long-term sustainable business. Whereas companies who are finding blue ocean markets and blue ocean strategy, you're able to charge even higher prices and have less clients, right? Imagine making $50,000 a month from 5 clients, all paying you $10,000 a month. Versus in the red ocean, to make $50,000 a month, you probably need, like, honestly, 50 clients, right? Which your margins hurt, everything's more difficult. So you need to find good markets. So don't just sell the same as everyone else to the same market as everyone else. Try and figure out what these blue ocean markets are for you. A couple of examples of blue ocean markets that I think could be useful could be cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is a really, really big growing market right now. So there's a lot of obviously growth potential there. Another one could be real estate. Insurance, staffing is always a good one, right? There's tons of jobs. Another one could be actually healthcare. So you've got to think about sort of industries that are growing, right? Industries that are going to be growing for the next 10, 20, 30 years. Cybersecurity, real estate, insurance, staffing, healthcare, these all will be, okay? All you need to do once you've found these markets is figure out the solution that they need. If they're struggling with leads and appointments, great, sell that. If it's something else, then sell that. Simply find their pain point and then you can sell to them. But try and find those good blue ocean markets because it will make your life so much easier, right? And it's a hell of a lot more of a high leverage activity than focus on where to buy your domains from, whether it's GoDaddy or Namecheap, to save you like $2 or $3. If you spent that time and figured out how to identify and penetrate new markets that will provide even better opportunity, your ROI would be insane. So first thing is focus on that market. Make sure you're in a good blue ocean market that's well funded. These companies have money and they're not going to mess you about. That'll be the first thing I do. Second thing is to have a good offer. So once again, you can have the best optimizations in the world, the craziest back-end automations using Zapier, the best like pricing structure or payment plan in your sales pitch. None of this matters if you actually haven't got demand in the first place for what you do. So you need to create a good offer. So most good offers include revenue generation. This is where you can actually make businesses more money. These are typically the best types of offers, but they don't have to be that. I'm going to give you an example, right, using this formula of what a good offer and a bad offer would look like for your business. So this is actually from Alex Hormozi's $100 million offers, and it explains what a good offer looks like. So a good offer, what it effectively looks like is you need to describe the dream outcome. So what does someone really, really want by using your service, right? And what's the likelihood they are to achieve that? So what's the percentage likelihood of your success? Now, those are the things on the top of the fraction, so they contribute towards it. A good dream outcome and a high likelihood of achievement is good. And things on the bottom take away from it. So time delay, the longer the time delay, the worse. And the effort and sacrifice. The more effort and sacrifice the prospect or your client has to put into it, the less they are going to want it, okay? So what you want is a very good dream outcome, right? Someone very happy and a high likelihood of achievement with very little time delay and very little effort and sacrifice. That would be an amazing offer and that would generate demand for your service. So let's give you an example of what this would actually look like. So I've got a good offer here and a bad offer. So this is more around fitness, but a good offer might be, I will help you gain 20 kg of muscle because I've helped 350 people do this before. You'll do this in less than 30 days by just eating the same food as usual with no extra exercise. All right. So you can see as I break that down, what the dream outcome is. The dream outcome here is that you'll build 20 kg of muscle, right? So this is just trying to find this. So this is a dream outcome. The likelihood of achievement is high because I say I've helped 350 people before. So if I've helped that many people, it's pretty likely I can help you as well. We've got the time delay in here. So we can see that the time delay is less than 30 days. You'll help me achieve it then. Great. And the effort and sacrifice is very low because I'll just be eating the same food and doing the same exercise as usual. So I don't really have to do anything here. So it's a great offer. That would be a very attractive offer. Now the opposite would be a bad offer. So here could be a bad offer. I'll help you look better, right? Like what does that even mean? That's not tangible or substantial. And especially not if this is coming from someone who's ugly, right? So if someone who's ugly is teaching you how to look better, you're not going to listen to them because the perceived likelihood of achievement you'd think is extremely low. Why would you trust them, right? So that's the likelihood of achievement. And then they sell you, it will take you 10 years and you have to wake up at 6 a.m. every day and do an ice bath. No thanks, right? Because the time delay is huge. It would take me 10 years. I don't want to wait that long. And I have to wake up at 6 a.m. every day and do an ice bath. That's a hell of a lot of effort. Now, you might not realize this, but if you're an agency owner, the majority of you are actually offering something like that second example, right? You're telling people you can generate them more revenue and build them a huge business, but you've got like 50 followers on your LinkedIn page or your Instagram page. Or you're telling someone you can make them $100,000 a month and you're only making $5,000 a month. Like, they're just not going to believe you. Obviously, the time delay and effort and sacrifice you can play with, but you really need to think about how you come across when you're reaching out to your prospects. Because if you're telling someone you can do all these big, bold claims and you've got nothing to back it up, they will not believe you. And it automatically turns your offer into a bad offer. So you need to think about ways that you can become more of an authority, build better case studies, present yourself better online, create better content, and that will help you actually sign more clients and make more money. Right? So that's the breakdown of an offer. You need your offer to have a really, really good dream outcome that people actually want, not what you think they want, but what they actually truly want, right? Which most of the time is more leads, right? So you can help people with more leads. You also need to have a high likelihood of achievement, as I've just said, which content, case studies, and authority will help with. Have a small time delay. So say it doesn't take that long to get the results, and then obviously take the effort and sacrifice away from them. So you can't reach out to someone and then say, oh, this is a course, you need to do it yourself. That's not going to work, right? You need to actually do the work for them. So that's how to create a good offer. Now, the last thing is simply consistency. Might seem really simple on the surface level, but it's often overlooked because I've just said you need to find your good market, and that's very important that you do. But you can become an authority figure and an expert in any market and make it work, right? As long as the market isn't severely declining, like that newspaper example, you can do well in pretty much any market. And the rewards are going to come from the consistency, because this is what you need to understand about compound growth of your business. Most people operate in a cycle of this 1 year phase, okay? And this is why you get stuck, because what happens is you do 1 year of growth, you get about 10% gain, you're only slightly better off than before, and guess what? You go straight back to the beginning, okay? With a new market. And then you just make 10% again the next year, and 10% again the next year, and 10% again the next year. Whereas if you actually double down on the market that you're in, learn even more, networked more, built your credibility in that space, then your year 2 would be better growth, right? Still probably maybe not what you want, but you might get 50% gain instead of 10%, right? Which is 5x better. And then year 3, if you're still in that market, still in that space, everyone pretty much knows you now. You know how to get results, you know how to do it. And even if it's not the best market in the world, you're still gonna, achieve this exponential growth, right? In year 3, which might be a 300% gain. Whereas even if you find the very best market, your gain might 2x, right? 2x would be crazy. So you'd go to 20% gain instead of 10% with a really good market. But it's still not gonna outperform if you just stayed in the same market for another couple of years and double down on honing your craft and honing your skills. And that's what people overlook all the time, right? You're trying to find this like golden market that doesn't really exist, and you think that that's going to take away all your problems and take away all your pain. It's not. The truth is you need to just stay in the game for a long time and do the same inputs, and that will compound over time, and that will really, really take you far. So I hope all of this makes sense to everyone. You need to find a good market where there's a lot of opportunity and not as much demand. That's the first thing to do. So just find a market where you haven't got thousands of agencies trying to sell exactly the same thing. Even if you have, it's not a problem. You can still beat them with consistency and offer, but a market does make a big difference, right? Then obviously once you have your hot offer in place, a good offer that's giving people what they want, showing them that you're the person capable of achieving it, doing it quickly and doing it with low effort and sacrifice, that's great. And then all you need to be is consistent. But I speak to agency owners all the time, literally all the time. They're asking me advice. How did I scale? How did I do so well so quickly? And it's because I focused on these three things pretty much only. Those are the only things I focused on. I didn't really care where I bought my domains from to save me $3 per domain, to save me like $300 a month. I didn't care what back-end automations I had. I do care, right? But once again, this is the 5% optimizations and these are the 80%. These are the things that's going to make the real big difference straight away. And then once you're hitting those $50,000, $100,000 months, then you can start looking into the deliverability. Then you can start looking into the really, really good copywriting. Then you can start looking into how you can structure your payments to maximize for LTV as well as close rate. These are all optimizations, and everyone's focused on these new hacks and new ways of trying to optimize your campaigns and optimize company performance. But you're still not even hitting $50,000 a month, right? It's like, it's pointless. It's stupid. I'm sorry if that offends anyone, but you're wasting your time. You're spending on the wrong things. You need to spend it on the things that matter, the needle movers, the 80-20 rule, right? The consistency, the market, and the offer. So there you have it. If you fix those three things in your business, I'm very confident you'll grow much faster. Now, with that being said, I need you to actually take action with the things I've explained in this video, which is why I've released a step-by-step program that explains exactly what you need to do to consistently scale your agency, creating the systems, converting the leads into deals, and everything else you need to know to hit your first $10,000 a month. So if you're interested in growing your business, hit the first link in the description, schedule a call with me, and we'll show you exactly how it works. I'll speak to you soon.